Hey everyone, welcome to our today's episode for our podcast. I'm your host Temuulen, and I'm really excited for today's conversation. We're tackling an incredibly important topic: mental health, specifically for men. We know that men often faces unique challenges when they come to their well-being, but these issues are often overlooked or misunderstood. With me today is Miss Selenge, a psychologist who specializes in mental health. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Selenge.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to dive into this crucial topic.
Let's get started by looking at the scope of the issue. Ms. Selenge, we heard a lot recently about mental health challenges men faces, but could you shed some light on just how significant this issue is?
That's a really good question. And it's something really important to talk about. As a psychologist, I see a lot of teenage boys dealing with mental health challenges. But some of the biggest ones are anxiety, depression, and the pressure to meet certain expectations. First, anxiety. Anxiety is something a lot of teenage boys struggle with, but it often gets overlooked. Many are thought to thought it out and not show their emotions, so they keep their worries inside. This can lead to things like feeling tense, having trouble sleeping, or even getting sick more often without anyone realizing it's because of stress. Then there's a depression. It doesn't always look like sadness. For some boys, it might show up as anger or frustration. They might pull away from their friends or lose interest things they used to enjoy. But instead of being seen in depression, it's often written off just being moody or lazy. Another big issue is pressure fit into society's idea of what a real man is. Being strong, not showing emotions, and always being independent. This can make it hard for boys to open up about what they are really feeling because they think supposed to handle everything on their own. These challenges often go unnoticed because there's still a lot of stigma around the mental health, especially for young men. They're told they shouldn't show weakness or ask for help, and that can make it harder for them to reach out when they need it most. But here's the thing. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It is actually really important. Whether it's talking to a parent, a friend, or a professional, it's crucial for boys to know what they don't have to go through this alone. Men forget to cry. Men forget to show men emotions or vulnerability. Because for a long time, men have been told they must be tough, must be strong, and must be brave. Okay, now let's dive into some powerful findings from a recent survey. We asked men how they really feel about mental health, and the results are eye-opening. 46% of men, they're embarrassed to share their feelings about mental health. 49% admitted they are feeling more depressed than they let on. It's really big numbers. Men are geared mentally for a battle. They don't want to let the enemy know they're showing weakness. That's why it's so hard for them to ask for help. They fear being vulnerable. Key points are the concepts of a man up and how it stops men from seeking help. How mental health issues can manifest differently in a man. Anger, irritability, self-destructive habits like alcohol or drug use. The cultural norms that contribute to men's reluctance to open up.
That's such an important point. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the impacts these mental health challenges have on men's relationship. How do mental health challenges impact men's relationship with their partners, families, and friends? What are some of the emotional consequences, and how can men overcome this in their personal relationships?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mental health challenges can really affect how men connect with people around them, whether it's their partners, families, or friends. When men struggle with mental health issues like anxiety or depression, it can be hard for them to open up and communicate their feelings. This can lead to misunderstandings or distance in relationships. For example, a partner might not understand why their significant other is distant or why they're not sharing their thoughts and emotions. This can create tension, frustration, or feelings of a rejection for both people. In families, especially with the parents or siblings, mental health challenges can lead to conflict or miscommunication. If a young man feels like he has to hide what he's going through, it might make it hard for family members to offer the support they need. Sometimes families just don't know how to help because they don't see signs or because there is stigma around mental health. With friends, men might start to withdraw when they are struggling mentally. They might isolate themselves because they feel ashamed or too tired to engage. This can lead to loneliness and sometimes even the breakdown of friendships because friends may not understand what's going on or feel shut out. The emotional consequences of all this can be huge. It can cause feelings of guilt, shame, frustration, or even anger. Men might feel like they're failing the people they care about or they're not living up expectations. It can be tough, but the good news is these challenges can be overcome. The key is communication. Talking openly with a partner, family member, or friend about what's going on without fear of judgment. It's a really big step. Men can also seek support from therapists or counselor to help work through their emotions in a safe, non-judgmental space. Relationships that thrive when there is understanding, empathy, and open dialogue. By addressing mental health openly, men can build stronger, more supportive connections with those around them.
So, how can we change this? How do we get men to break down the walls and start talking about their mental health?
Okay. For men, understand that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's important of self-care and seeking professional support. Okay? For women play a crucial role in encouraging men to open up. Support doesn't always mean protecting or fixing. Sometimes it just means listening. Okay, I will use a metaphor so you understand. Like sports, women can say to men, you don't have to do everything alone. Let them know you're here to help. Ask your partner, friend, or loved one how they are doing mentally. Create a safe space. Share your own struggles to show that vulnerability is okay. Now, it's time to make mental health mainstream for men. Every single person on this planet can help make a difference. We want to challenge our listeners, men and women, boy and girl alike, to start talking openly about mental health. To men, reach out for help when you need it. It is okay to not be okay. To women, support the men in your life by encouraging openness. Let them know it's okay to share their emotions. I want to give a message to the audience. Whatever pain you're experiencing, you matter. It's okay to be in a pain. You're a human. Let's change the narrative and make mental health a normal conversation.
What can young men or boys do to build resilience from a early age?
Okay, first let's talk about what resilience actually is. Resilience is often defined as the ability to bounce back from adversity or tough situations. But when it comes to our psychological health, it's a bit more than that. It's not just about surviving hard times, it's about thriving through them. Resilience is our ability to manage crises, face difficulties head on, and get back to our baseline quickly. Life's ups and downs won't throw us off for too long. We've got the tools, the resources, and the mindset to recover and move forward even when things get tough. But here's the thing. Resilience doesn't mean ignoring our struggles or pretending everything is fine when it's not. Pushing things down or bottling them up isn't a sign of strength. It's just a delay in dealing with what's really going on. So, how do you know if you are resilient? One way to gauge is to reflect on our most recent crisis or challenging situation. How long did it take for you to get back to feeling like yourself? Was it a quick turnaround, or did it take weeks, months, or maybe even longer? If you bounce it back quickly, you got a lot of resilience. If it took longer to recover, there's a room to grow, and that's okay. No matter how resilient you are, we can all benefit from building more of it. Okay, now I will tell you 10 tips that will help you build resilience. These aren't quick fixes. They are long-term practice that will strengthen your emotional muscles. Okay, tip 1. Journaling. Journaling is a powerful tool for building resilience. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and worries helps you process them. It gives you a safe space to let it all out, which can make overwhelming emotions feel more manageable. Try setting aside time each day to journal, even if it's just for a few minutes. But really, just get your thoughts on paper. It's one of the most effective ways to clear your mind and regain clarity. Okay, tip 2. Build a support system. We are social creatures, and having a support system is crucial for resilience. Whether it's a group, online, or your close friends and family, having people you can talk to when things get tough makes all the difference. Okay, I will tell you my favorite quote. A joy shared is a joy doubled. A sorrow shared is a sorrow halved. Having a community helps us move through difficult times faster. Trust me. Okay, tip 3. Take care of your basic needs. We talk about health. It's hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. If you're feeling any of this, your resilience will be lower. Make sure you're eating and resting and addressing your emotional needs. When you are physically and emotionally nourished, you're in a better place to handle stress. Okay, tip 4. Notice your self-talk. Okay, the way we talk to ourselves matters. Negative self-talk can sap your energy and make challenges feel even harder. It means pay attention to your internal dialogue. If it's harsh, try to replace it with more compassionate thoughts. Write down 3 to 5 things you like about yourself each day, even if it's hard at first. I know, but it will be okay. Okay, tip 5. Live with purpose. Living with purpose doesn't mean you need to have it all figured out, but having something to look forward or a cause to support can keep you grounded and resilient. Whether it's volunteering, pursuing hobby, or setting personal goals, purpose gives you strength when life gets tough. Okay, tip 6. Become friends with your feelings. We all have feelings, right? But often we try to suppress them. Resilient people acknowledge their emotions instead of avoiding them. Keep track of your feelings daily and try to name them accurately. Are you sad, frustrated, or overwhelmed? Understanding your feelings can help you move past them faster. Trust me. Okay, tip 7. Manage your impulses. The resilient people still have impulses, but they learn how to manage them. Whether it's an urge to lash out, binge eat, or spend too much, knowing your impulses is a key. Keep an impulse log where you track what happened and how you can better cope next time. Okay, next one is learn to problem solve. When faced obstacles, Resilient people know how to solve problems instead of avoiding them. Break down challenges into smaller, manageable steps. Ask yourself what you can control and what you need to let it go. Remember, overcoming challenges isn't always easy, but it's worth it, okay? Tip 9, grow your coping skills. Healthy coping skills are essential for resilience, whether it's yoga, breathing exercise, or even going for a walk. Find what works for you and make a regular practice. The more coping strategies you have in your toolbox, and more resilient you'll become. Okay, last one is set goals. Setting goals gives you something to strive for, and achieving them boosts your confidence. Start small and work your way up. Whether it's personal, study related, work related, or health focused, goals keep you focused and motivated, and they help you build your resilience over time.
And that's it for today's episode. Resilience is a skill that you can develop and strengthen with time and practice, whether you start journaling, building a support system, or taking care of your physical needs. Every step you will take will help you bounce back when life throws you a curveball. And thank you so much for tuning in for today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit from building their own resilience. Remember, you're stronger than what you think, and you got this. Stay resilient, and I'll talk to you next time.
Okay, thank you.